So the color that the month of July 2020 is vibrating is at a soft pink color. And there's a lot of different dynamic energy going on, meaning I see that a lot of people will be having intense experiences still, like a backlash of everything that's been going on, and suffering. And then there will be other people that move forward, and so it's kind of like a big divide of people that are able to move forward and continue with their lives and their progress, and people who have a setback, basically. So going into the survival space of the month of July, it's vibrating at a soft green, and this color is it looks like people gathering information as far as what works and what doesn't work. There will be progress in a few ways of staying healthy, or a more clear idea of what works with keeping people healthy. So the information will be there, but doesn't mean that it won't be people having a hard time or getting sick. I also see spurts of the color gold, and it looks like people, their creativity will come up, or things that have been waiting to, I could use the word sprout, but come about or be manifested, or going to come out, meaning new communities or ideas that of a more forward way of living. And I see again that word community. People, a lot of people are not used to community, but it's the way that the world is moving more towards community. So there will be little spots that open up for community and people wanting to be a part of that. And they look small, but they look like they will last, moving forward and expand. And I still see that big divide where some people are going to have a really hard time, but the people who have a breakthrough or make progress, it will speed up. Second layer, moving to the emotional space of the month of July. And this is vibrating at a orange color, like a spicy orange. And it actually looks like a very big healing space in a good way. It looks like it doesn't have to be this way, but it just happened that through some pain and suffering that's going on the planet, people learned how to come together and emotionally be with each other, be present, and understand how by healing somebody else or giving them healing or help, vibrates back. And even just physically feeling a sense of release or ease. And this is something that has always been true, but people have been forgetting about since they disconnected with so much with the ability of TV or watching things online. So the actual human interaction where there's a physical thing that happens, just being near each other and helping each other grow in the body. It's an evolution process that the earth is also experiencing this too. as far as any energy that is not working so well, it's at a white color. And this energy is, it's a backlash of people who are having a hard time. So for example, if there are maybe like the younger generation that is moving forward and understands the process and the direction of making change and adapting to different ideas, and then there's going to be for example, maybe their parents or people that just can't even understand it and don't want it, and they're going to have like this pressure against each other. So it's going to be uncomfortable. So even if people are doing well and happy, they're going to have to deal with people in their lives that are not doing well and happy. And there's no kind of escaping it. It's just a process that happens with evolving and growing and changing. It's uncomfortable. So to those people, I just say, just try to be mindful and still enjoy your growth. Allow yourself to enjoy your growth, because this is the time you have here on the planet to enjoy it. So enjoy it. Moving towards the willpower, the strength, and the way that the energy moves for the month of July on the earth. I'm really looking at this as like an earth, a growth period. This is coming in at a green color. And for this color, this is interesting. This color is also with a soft powder blue coming in, and it looks like this is going to be the theme for July. It's where people are either have been waiting to have spiritual growth and are going to have a breakthrough, or they have been slowly on the path, and it just looks like a divide. It looks like people are going to have breakthroughs and some people are going to be really stuck. And the light blue color looks like health. Like I almost see, and maybe it's not known or said, but in general on the planet, there's going to be a shift in the way people eat. And it's not so much like a trend or a fad of like someone doing this and then it's a trend. It's more of like a movement that sticks around, and maybe it's again not advertised, but it just naturally occurs, where people just, their bodies, their instincts kick in with everything that's going on. It just kicks in even more, their survival skills, and they will figure out like, this feels good to eat, this does not feel good to eat. I see some shifts there happening, and it also seems like a necessary step because of the sickness that is going on. Again, there will be a divide in where the people that are strong or that have to kind of hold the light as an expression, they will have a breakthrough to do that. They have to. It's just like, it just has to happen. The other color that was a little bit stagnant and still, it's the energy of something stiff and hard and not very malleable, is a green. And this is people mad, and they want basically to fight, whether it's, you know, actually fighting or just the thought process of pushing against and not wanting to move forward, kind of like being a part of the problem instead of the solution. Like they just want to be mad about what happened, or, and I'm not saying that it's not justified, but it's an energy, and it's not, maybe it could be said to be true, but it's by opinion, but it doesn't help people in their own needs on this earth. But there's people that just kind of want to stay like that. They rather stay kind of the expression like right than to move forward or to be vulnerable in a new experience that they would have to experience to change that belief. And it looks like really it's the job of the people that, you could say light workers, or people that are on this path, probably watching this, to be just very kind to these people, and if people are kind of stuck, it's not always our job to push them or move forward, because that may make them not want to more, or it really may not do anything. It's up to them. Spiritual growth is up to an individual. So it's just to be kind and make it a practice to make them comfortable, or make them just be a moment of peace for them, or just see the best in them. And that's kind of a gift you can give them, because really you're the ones that get to move forward and get to experience growth. And so these people will in time, but maybe not in this lifetime, and their spirits will know and remember that, even if they can't express it or consciously acknowledge it. Moving to the fourth, this is more like the heart space, or the feelings of the month of July, and this is coming in at a red, and there's a lot of happiness and joy coming in at red and orange, of just the simple ability for people to unite again. People have been disconnected. It's something about people actually being in the moment. Like, we're next to each other all the time, but actually being present. And because of the extreme things going on, people will be more present, and that just, again, there's a ability to unite that's going on that is very healing. And it doesn't even, it could be about any topic or about anything, but it's just the human species being working together. It's very healing. And also with this layer for things that may not work so well or unwanted, it's moving out at a deep dark green color. What is the energy? It looks like it's going along with the same theme of, like, there's more contrast or more definition of positive, like, flowing energy versus negative energy. So I see some people struggling with, like, personal karma, meaning, like, again, with their parents or significant other, or somebody that they have that kind of one-to-one karma with. It looks like it's not anything new or different, but just intense. Like, just intense. Whatever that reality is, it'll be really intense and in your face. And sounds funny, but I almost just see, like, the best thing to do for this type of experience, if it should happen and you should be one of these people, is to really bless it. Like, that just keeps coming back. Kind of that expression of blessing the good times and the bad, because you never know if that's event that seems bad was what led you to the next event that's good in your life, something like this, or that person that didn't fit in your life. So it seems maybe wrong or not what's supposed to be, but sometimes in the big picture it was supposed to be that way, because that's how the energy shifted and worked out in your favor. So I just see, even in the middle of it, it's a really good practice as people are growing as spirits or as conscious people, or on self-development paths of any type, to, even if you don't get it in the human mind, like really how this is going to play out, to bless it. And it's almost like that ability of faith, whether that's faith in yourself or faith of something higher, but it's just to have that attitude and just practice it. Just remember this moment and just practice it, and eventually it'll create a little bit of stillness, which can make these transitions or these karmas clear out a little bit easier. Yeah. And moving on to this is the more like the analyzing or the clairvoyant space of the month of July. And this is coming in at a purple. I see that same theme. I see some people on the planet are going to be very, I can't think of the expression, very, when you're focused only in one direction and you can only see that one thing, whether you think you're doing the right thing or wrong thing, and that's really nobody to judge, but it's just where it's a very singular focus, and that's okay. And then there's going to be some people that find this sense of peace. It's almost like I almost hear like a humming sound. It's like this flow but steady, calm, peaceful vibration, and I see it being very quiet. Like they don't really feel a need to express it or try to explain it. It's just something that happens. And I see that maybe they don't even realize it till after. Like you might actually realize it when it's happening, but the people that this happens to will naturally, maybe they'll just pick up a book or naturally want to go on a trip somewhere, and on that trip they will meet something that's closer to their purpose or a teacher of sorts. And I just see that these people are harmonizing with development. So I see that contrast of people, again, being kind of, I don't know what other word to use except stuck, but maybe, I don't know if that's the best word, or taking a step. And it's going to feel very strange because it's like everybody's in different worlds but in the same world. And so you may be having a very different experience than your neighbor or friends. And that's okay, so don't judge yourself. And if you feel like you're maybe the stuck one, not moving forward, doesn't mean forever. It's not all, things don't all happen the same way to everybody at the same time. It's supposed to be different, so that's okay. So really for everybody, again, just don't judge yourself, don't judge others. I see people will judge others, but just practice non-judgment. And this is the way that people start to heal and grow, is that neutral, soft space where the energy can start to shift and heal. And then again, any energy that is not working, I just see energy of being told what to do. People do not like this, whether it's an authority figure. I see it coming mostly from childhood parental issues, but people do not like it. And what to do with that, or any information on that. I mean, I just see that it's very important to consciously decide, well, what is it that I do work, and who are the people that I like working with, or that feel like in harmony. Nothing's always just like perfect, for the most part. So, but in general, these people feel like good people in my life or whatnot, and just to really remember to shift your focus back to that, so you can still keep creating. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a energetic war zone that the development happens in like the creation and the solution part of it. So that's what I see. And forgiveness, even if it doesn't feel real, you just kind of start planting the seeds. Like, even just pretend. At least it's an act or something you're putting that idea, and it does grow. So eventually maybe it'll be authentic and it'll be time. I just see again that thing of like some relationships that are strained, they may just be that way. That just may be the karma of the relationship, and maybe sometimes there's growth or change and sometimes there's not, and you have to just let things be that way so that you can continue to grow and it doesn't consume your life, is another way to say it. So moving to the last layer, this is coming in at a yellow color for the month of July. And this color, I see two colors, and I also see again that soft blue, and I see where a shift in there's different words that can be used, but like tribe, or so maybe if you hang out with this particular group of people, maybe you'll shift into a different group, or people will come together that maybe weren't really the types to hang out before, would have no reason really to hang out, or be together before. I see like this shift of I guess karmas or contracts, energetic contracts with each other, spiritual ones, and there's no big reason like this is, and it's never really like wrong or right or a big reason like good or bad. It's just it looks like it's people are eager for the ability to grow. It's almost as if an artist that has one media or one lane, and then it's time to grow and they start to maybe learn or co-create with other artists or try a different medium. And I see kind of like this with human relationships, and not just human relationships, it's relationships with beings, with animals too, and with the earth. Everything's a relationship, and everything's a reflection of you and your ability to have a relationship. It's interesting. So I see souls, people ready for that growth. Yeah. So I just see that happening. I see some people want to try a new job or a new area, and things will happen, things will come up. Also see people, and I mean, I know that this has been said a lot by like New Age people and whatnot, but I do see it very true, and not just a cool metaphysical thing to say, but I do see people having the ability to manifest faster. And it's not something that like we couldn't ever do, it's just something of like there's a willingness and an understanding, and you know, when one person grows, we all grow, because even if we don't understand energetically, we pick up on it, and people are growing. And yeah, I don't know why I see the image of flowers, but it's like you can create by yeah, it's almost like just being that creation. It happens, and I know a lot of people know about this, but I just see it really speeding up, and not in just the USA, but all over the world. And then of course there's some people that will be exactly in the same roles, doing the same thing, and that's not bad. It's not like a good or bad thing. It's just you're gonna notice this, whichever side you're on or whatever it is you're doing, you're gonna notice like. And so just to remember that too, not to compare karmas or growth or lives. Don't compare your lives, because it has nothing to do with growth. Like you see something and you see only a small part of it, and you don't see the big picture and how it plays out in the end. So really just focus on that you are happy and well, and doing the best you can just in every moment. Even if you're unhappy and you feel like it's not supposed to be this way, make peace with that and do the best right now. And just I know that you've heard these things before, but it seems very true. And there's a certain shift after the kind of the contrast, the dip of energy that this desire or the healing presence on the earth too, like the actual earth, you know, it wants to show that the natural cycle of growth, and that there is growth again. And then you will hear in the news some more bad things happening, but that's okay. You just stay with your growth. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm just going to energetically say hello to you all watching. I can kind of see the energy of you. Yeah, and that's just any final messages. I just see that, just whether, you know, it's either with yourself or with others, but it's even just having like a moment of like, I look nice today, or just anything that's a positive. It doesn't matter, but it's just anything that's a positive, a growth, or somebody being kind to you. And it doesn't have to be a big deal, but just acknowledge those moments, because by consciously acknowledging and it's like making an imprint, an energetic imprint, to allow more of that in. So again, it doesn't have to be big things, it can be little, but that's up to you to practice. Other people can't do it for you, and it doesn't mean like there's going to be a huge life change, like that's like, okay, I can be happy now. It's up to you to do the practice, and then you see the results. And just keep doing it. It's gonna be tested, but keep doing it. Okay, so we'll just finish this reading for the month of July.